What's up, mariners? This is Abhilash Thakur and welcome to Sailor's Guide. Alright guys, so we are back again with the rule number 6, that is safe speed, and this is very important rule. So we have done rule number 5 lookout in the previous video, so now we're going to start with the rule number 6 now. Okay, well, as you all know, when you are driving a car or a motorbike on a road, if you're going too fast, then there will be very less time to react and there are more chances for the collision. Same thing is for the vessel. If you are proceeding with a high speed and the room is less or there is more traffic, then you will not have much time to react and there are more chances of the collision. So you must proceed with the safe speed at all the times. That is what it rule says, that every vessel shall proceed at a safe speed at all times. Okay, this is very, very important, so that she can take her. Why she should proceed with the safe speed? Why it is necessary? As I just explained you now, so that she can take proper and effective action to avoid collision. This is the main purpose of proceeding with a safe speed. You have to avoid the collision. For that you need to take the effective action. But for taking the effective action, of course you're going to need to check the situation what it is, and then you take the proper and effective action. But if you have less time to verify the situation, then you will not be able to do the proper and effective action and you may get collide with other vessel. So that is what you need to do. You need to go with the safe speed so that you can take proper and effective action to avoid collision. And also to do what? And to be stopped within a distance appropriate to the prevailing circumstances and conditions. So as per the circumstances and conditions, you need to stop within a distance. Okay, because if you're going too fast, even if you put on the brakes on the road, you may get collide because there is less distance and you're proceeding with the high speed. Higher speed, it will take longer time to reduce and to get to zero, but on the vessel you obviously know there are no brakes here. So that is the thing you have to keep in mind, and you need to give a good sea room so that you can take proper and effective action and to be stopped within a distance appropriate to the prevailing circumstances and condition. It should be, the distance should be such, and you should be proceeding with a safe speed so that you can stop the vessel within that limit. Okay, otherwise if you're proceeding with the high speed in a you say in a heavy dense traffic, then you will not be able to stop the vessel if something goes wrong and you will get collide with another vessel. Okay, so basically there are two fundas here. Why you need to proceed with the safe speed? To avoid collision and to stop within a distance appropriate to the prevailing circumstances and condition. That is the purpose of the safe speed. That is the purpose of this rule. This is the main purpose. Okay, this is not it for the rule number 6. We have some factors also by which you determine the safe speed of the vessel. Now this is very common question we ask to a new cadet, that what is the safe speed of a vessel, and normally he says 12 knots, 13 knots, but that is not the correct answer. Obviously we have some factors on which the safe speed depends. So as per the situation, your safe speed obviously will change. That is your own experience on which a vessel should proceed at that kind of situation. Okay, so safe speed changes as per the situation changes. It is not constant, so please do not say that it is 10 knots, 12 knots. All right, as per the situation it changes. Okay, so let's proceed to the next part, that is the factors on which the safe speed depends. And I will there are two sections there. First is there that the factors which we need to take account by all the vessel, and the second one is if you have radar operation fitted on board. Okay, so obviously today's vessel everybody has radar on board, most of them. So those factors will also be taken into account while for considering the safe speed. Alright, so let's jump on to the factors. Alright guys, so these are the factors we are going to take into account. So there are two sections of the factors which I told you before, that is by all the vessels, and the second part is the vessel which have operational radar on board. Okay, so these factors need to be taken by all the vessels. Okay, so the first thing is the state of visibility. As I told you earlier that driving a car is similar to the navigating a ship. So these are the simple things you need to take care of when you are driving a car. So similar things need to be taken care of when you are navigating a ship. So what is the thing? This is the state of visibility. As you know, if there is a fog or there is rain, you automatically reduce the speed of your car when you're driving. Yeah, same for the ship. If there is the visibility is restricted, it is not a clear visibility, you cannot see outside. So obviously state of visibility is the factor which is going to affect the safe speed. So the safe speed will be lesser as the visibility changes. Very simple. Okay, the next thing is the traffic density, including concentration of fishing vessel or any other vessel. So simply means, as you all know, in dense traffic areas you always have to proceed with the safe speed. Means you can't proceed with the high speed there as you have less room. So it also includes the concentration of a fishing vessel. As you know, fishing vessels are there are too many fishing vessels, you obviously reduce the speed, because you need to what? You need to proceed with the safe speed. Always keep this thing in mind. You cannot say that the fishing vessel or the small vessel, they are not going to create a hindrance in your safe navigation, but they are a big trouble for you, believe me. The fishing vessel, where you see there is a lot of concentration of the fishing vessel is there, especially in China and kind of those places, you need to reduce the speed so that you can take proper and effective action. Okay, or any other vessel you can say. So this is the third thing, which is the maneuverability of the vessel with special reference to the stopping distance and turning ability in prevailing circumstances and condition. Okay, what does it mean? The maneuverability of the vessel, as you know that if you have a bigger car or a truck, they cannot maneuver that easy. Same is for the vessel. If the vessel is too big, it will take more time to turn, and obviously they will take more time to stop if they are not light vessel. Light vessel mean the cargo is not that much, yeah, and they are on the ballast condition. If they are in a loading condition, even if you stop the vessel, it will take longer time to stop it because of the momentum. There is too much weight on the vessel, so it will take longer time to actually stop the vessel. So these conditions, these prevailing conditions, the condition which are current conditions, will always affect your safe speed. The maneuverability will be changed because of the conditions. So what are those conditions? That could be turning ability and the stopping distance. These things you need to take in mind, that how much stopping distance is for the vessel. This information, the stopping distance and turning ability, you will get from the wheelhouse poster, WHP. Wheelhouse poster is always on the bridge. You can see there. The first thing you need to do when you go on ship as a navigating officer, you need to know these things in the very first watch only. What are the stopping distance, what are the turning ability of the vessel in loading and ballast condition. Just have an idea how much time it takes to take a 180 degrees turn, or how much time it takes to go 90 degrees from your true course, so that you have an idea to take action in your emergency. Otherwise, if you don't know, then it might turn into a bad nightmare for you. All right, so this is what affects the safe speed. These are the three factors. There are total 6 vessels which need to be taken by all vessels. I will go with 4th, 5th and 6th part now. Okay guys, so here we have 4th, 5th and 6th part of this factors. And fourth is all about the night. At night, the presence of the background light, such as from shore lights or from the backscatter offer on lights. As you know, when you drive the car, if there are a lot of lights, obviously you will not be able to identify the things and you may hit somewhere. Same in the case of the vessel also. When you approach the shore, there are too many lights at night time and you will not be able to identify the vessel's light and the shore light. There will be too much scatter. There will be too much clutter there and you will not be able to figure out. Okay, so for that case, you need to reduce the speed and come to the safe speed. Yeah. Also, if backscatter offer on lights, the lights which are planted on the ship, that can also create hindrance to the navigation, because at night time, if the lights that on the deck, if they are on, or light in the accommodation is on, that can create a hindrance, because that light will reflect on your bridge and you will not be able to identify the vessels outside. So it is better to keep as dark as possible so that you can identify the vessel's light outside. Yeah, so that is why at night time all the people need it's recommended to keep the curtains on so that the accommodation lights doesn't come out, doesn't escape from the portholes and reflect back onto the bridge. Yeah, that is what the we need to take care of. So the backscatter of our own lights also create hindrance to the navigation, so we may proceed with the safe speed for that reason. Okay, the state of the wind, sea and current and the proximity of the navigation hazard. Obviously, if there is too windy, you need to reduce the speed. Too much current, also need to take care of the speed. If the sea conditions are bad, if there is a bad weather, you need to control the ship and reduce the speed. Okay, otherwise it will be a big trouble. Yeah, that is what the thing is. And also the main point here is the proximity of the navigation hazard. Obviously, if you have lot of wrecks are there and buoys are there, and you know that there is not much width to the channel, if you are proceeding in the channel, then you need to reduce the speed, because there are too many navigation hazard. You may run aground, you can hit the wrecks. That is the problem. Okay, so you need to take care of these things also. If there are too many wrecks, or there is not less, or you can say there are shallow waters, you need to proceed with the safe speed. All right. Another thing is the draft in relation to the depth of the water. Now, why they have set the draft? Draft simply means the sinkage, as you already know. If there is too much sinkage, obviously the under keel clearance, the clearance from the vessel to the bottom of the sea will be very less. Yep. In that case, you will not have much space to maneuver because your draft is deep. In case when you're approaching the shore, you will not have much room because of your draft. That is why you need to proceed with the safe speed, because if any situation occurs, you need to take the action. You will not be able to maneuver from that situation. You will not be able to deviate from the course. So the only thing you can do is reduce speed. But if you are proceeding with the high speed, it will take longer time to stop that vessel. So that situation you do not want on ship. So that is why you need to reduce the speed if the draft is too much. If the vessel is light, then you can proceed with little more speed. If vessel is loaded, you need to take care of this. Yeah, that is all the things you need to take care of for proceeding with the safe speed. That is for by all vessels. Now we are going to go with the vessel which have operational radar on board. All right, that is the thing we're going to do. Okay, we have also 6 factors with the operational radar also, as we have done by all the vessels factors in the previous part. So now it starts with the characteristics, efficiency, limitation of the radar equipment. Obviously, radar is a great aid to the navigation. It is the best equipment we use for the navigation purposes today. It is the most reliable one, but still that radar has characteristics, efficiency and limitations. There are always, if it is equipment, there are some characteristics there, plus point, there is some efficiency, and there is also a limitation. to it. So you need to take all of these things into account while using the radar equipment. You might miss some things because of the limitation, because of the characteristics. All right. Any constraints imposed by radar range scale in use? Well, obviously, when there is a dense traffic, you need to take care of the vessel which are around you. You reduce the radar range scale. You don't want to know about the vessel which are way off distance from you. You need to know more about the vessel who are closer to you. So you need to reduce the range of the radar. For that reason, if you reduce the range and you are proceeding with the high speed, you know that the vessel which are out of that detection range, they will not appear on the radar screen, and you will not be able to identify that vessel is approaching and it is dangerous for you. For that reason, you need to reduce the speed, come with the safe speed, and so that you can identify the vessel which are coming to the detection range, and you can plan accordingly your action. While using a radar range, obviously when it is an open sea, no traffic, you use 12 nautical miles. Radar range scale, you can proceed with the higher speed because there is this radar range you are using. But while approaching the shore, you can go to 3 nautical miles or maybe 6, most of the time 3. For that reason, vessel who are 6 nautical miles away from you, you will not be able to detect them, and they are proceeding with the high speed. They are coming towards you with the 20 knots. You are also going with the 20 knots, so the relevant speed is 40 knots. It will cover the distance very quickly. While when they come to the detection range of 3 nautical miles, you will be in trouble at that time. You will not be able to identify the thing. So you need to reduce the speed. You need to reduce the speed and assess the situation. Okay, that is what you need to do. Okay guys, so third part is about the effect on radar detection of the sea state, weather, and other sorts of interferences. Of course, if there is a bad weather, you will see a lot of disturbances on the radar screen. For that reason, that can cause a disturbance in your navigation. Because of that thing, you may miss out the vessel which are in that clutter region. Even if you use the sea clutter to damp the radar rays, that can cause also another situation because of the damping of the radar rays, that can miss out the vessel which are smaller. If the radar rays are not stronger, then it may miss out the vessel which are very small. So that can cause a trouble for you. So in bad weather or when it is raining, you need to reduce the speed. Very simple, because it will cause an effect on radar. Okay, so now the fourth part is the possibility that a small vessel, ice, and other floating object may not be detected by the radar at an adequate range. The smaller vessels or ice or other floating devices, not devices, you can say objects, because their surface is like that the radar cannot pick them up, and they are very small. It may appear a very small dot on your screen, or maybe it will not appear. Because of that, when it comes too close, then only it will you can see it on the radar screen, and at that time, if it is too close, it is already a trouble for you. So for that reason, as you already know that radar may miss out the smaller things, and you see a small vessels around you, reduce the speed, proceed with caution at that time, because you already know that vessel may miss out some small vessels, ice, floating objects. Okay, so they will not show those vessels at an adequate range. Adequate, you can say sufficient. Yeah, so that is what about 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. We have 2 more, 5th and 6th. I will write it down and explain it to you. Okay guys, so we are here with the 5th and the 6th part, and here it starts with the number, location, and movement of the vessel detected by the radar. Obviously, if there are too many vessels, it will be difficult to plot it on the radar. Of course, ARPA, which is automatic radar plotting aid, will help you to plot the vessels on the radar screen. But if there are too many vessels, then it will be too many vectors. Your radar screen will be cluttered and you will not be able to figure out the situation which is going on outside. Number, location, if the vessels are closer to you, away from you, that will cause a lot of trouble, and the movement of the vessel. If there are too many vessels which are in the movement and the vessels all around you, that can cause a trouble for you. Now the sixth part is very interesting. The more exact assessment of the visibility that may be possible when radar is used to determine the range of the vessel or object in the vicinity. On ship, when you're keeping a lookout and you see a vessel for the first time, you see at what range it is by using the radar. So obviously you know what is the visibility at that point of time. And if the visibility is less, you compare that it is closer to you, that is 5 miles, and you just saw the vessel and you see it on the radar, it is showing that it is 5 miles away from you. So that means the visibility is restricted. Yeah, so you need to reduce the speed. So as you done this thing, the visibility, state of visibility will affect the safe speed in the previous part. By using the radar, you can get the exact assessment of what is the visibility going on. So by using radar, you do that, and if you find the visibility is restricted, you need to reduce the speed. Okay, that is what it means, and this is all about the rule number 6. I know there are a lot of factors, but it is all common sense, nothing to worry about. When you read out these things again and again, it will set into your mind, nothing to worry about, but you need to understand it first. That is very, very important. Alright guys, so that's all for the rule number 6. I hope that you like this video. If you find this video helpful, please press the like button and subscribe my channel, press the notification bell so that you don't miss out the videos which are coming up next. And also do watch the videos which I have put earlier for rule number 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, I am going to make the full series for it, and this is all about the rule number 6. Very, very important, the safe speed. Alright, these factors you need to remember them, and it is not a big deal, very easy parts, just need to understand it and then you can mug it up later on for the oral examination. Alright guys, so that's it for today. This is Abhilash Thakur signing off.